First comes fear, then silence, and then growth that is already too late to enter. This is exactly the pattern I observe again and again. But there is a reason why we are all here today. Let's fix this. Today, we will break down where to invest in Bangkok over the next 3 years. Bangkok is rising again. Towers are growing where there used to be a market or a parking lot just yesterday. The city is turning into concrete, plants and money. And while some people are still discussing the exchange rate of the baht, others are quiet buying freehold units next to Lumpini Park, like hot mangoes in the weekend at Villa Market. What is really happening in Bangkok real estate market, and most importantly, where should you invest now so that by the year 2028 you don't end up with a Thai visa but no assets? Let's break it down. My name is Ksenia Alova. I have been living in Thailand for over 10 years, building a business in Bangkok, and on this channel I talk about it honestly. I share both positive and negative experience because I truly believe this can help someone. Subscribe, like and leave a comment if this resonates with you. And now let's decide whether it's time to invest urgently or whether we should slow down and think carefully. What we see in the Bangkok market today is a paradox. Everyone talks about a crisis, but in reality it has mainly hit cheap and mass market units. That segment is overheated, demand is weak and buyers are either waiting or have left the market altogether. This is where slowdown is most visible. In quality projects and strong locations, the situation is very different. Reduced purchasing power has created an advantage not for everyone, but for those who truly understand the market. Developers are now focused on cash flow and timelines rather than growth. As a result, conditions that were unthinkable a few years ago are now negotiable. Real discount, fixed legal prices, bonuses and flexible payment terms. The key point is that these opportunities are not available to everyone. You need to know how to enter a deal, where you can push and who you can negotiate with. This is not a market for random buyers. It's a market for those who know how to work with developers and secure the best entry point while others are still talking about crisis. Let's look at several strategies, starting with the first one, buy early, exit smart. I want to remind you that I discuss many more investment strategies in my Instagram with plenty of facts and numbers, exactly how I like it. Now back to the strategy of buying early and exiting wisely. This is the approach serious investors use. You enter at soft launch and sell before handover. At the start you get a discount. At the finish you get hype, marketing, quiz and price growth. The difference between entry and exit usually ranges from 15 to 40%. This strategy works especially well with projects by Sansiri, CS Acid or MQDC, developers with strong brands and clear products. But this is not the only approach. There are several strategies available today, and it's important to choose the one that fits you personally. Buy early, exit smart is for those seeking capital growth. Enter at launch, exit before completion, focus on liquid layouts, preferably good views, and always strong branding. Rental plus capital appreciation works for those who buy 2 or 3 bedroom units near schools, hospitals, or BTS station. Rent them out to families, diplomats, and expats, and after 3 or 5 years, benefit of both rental income and price growth. Resales and floor buyouts involve searching for distressed deals, resales below market value from owners who couldn't continue installment payments. Buying entire floors to secure discounts and control exit pricing. Flipping and redevelopment means buying a tired unit in Toneglo, for example, renovating it with style and reselling it as a ready-to-move-in product, which works especially well in boutique projects. Now let's move to location. Where do we buy assets? Long Xuan, Tonson and Wireless represents classic old money. Parks, embassies, Kempinski, Amman. Here people value status, rarity and freehold. They don't buy for prices, they buy for context. Toneglo and Ekamai are already overheated. Yes, expensive, yes, noisy, but if you find a strong resale with innovation and a good view and a boutique project, take it. Toneglo is like an iPhone, expensive but always in demand. Ramanine and Asok form a future business hub with offices, embassies and new transport infrastructure. Ideal for rentals and better to enter now before all towers are fully relaunched. Cassette and Ratchet are quiet, green and undervalued. Universities, schools, hospitals and stable rental demand, especially for larger layouts. Klong Toy, Bangkok Port and Riverside are at the beginning of transformation. The Bangkok Port project has already started. In the future, Amman, Mandarin rental residence and full Riverside redevelopment. Today, you can still buy here around 30% cheaper that is likely to be in 5 years. I also prepared my personal top 5 projects to enter right now. Widened by San Siro is a new premium San Siro project on Rama 4 near a park, great views and a wellness concept. Entire prices are below market and in 2 years it's expected to be among top resales performance. Sinhon Kempinski residence next to Lumpini Park offer Kempinski service and leasehold ownership for those who choose lifestyle over square meters. The reference one Givayai by CS Asset is a strong project in a developing area that is already showing growth with reliable development and rational layouts. Via 34 by San Siro is a boutique aesthetic project with 45 units, art, vintage elements and status, ideal for fleeting or premium resale. The Foresters by MQDC spans 64 hectares of green future with 6 senses technology, longevity and wellness. This is not about fast money, it's about strategy and generational investment. I shared even more projects on my Instagram. Feel free to join, I'll be happy to see you there. But should you rush in and buy everything you see? Of course not. How to buy today is not about doing everything at once. On the contrary, the key is not the price, but the meaning of the investment in the future. Do not buy emotionally, buy according to a strategy. Every unit should clearly answer one question. Who will you sell or rent it to later? Is it a rental investment? Think about the families with children. If it's a fleeting, think about someone who wants to move on tomorrow. If it's long-term growth, think about what will happen to the district by the year 2028. A good deal is not the cheapest one and not the prettiest one. It's the most logical within its category. Let's summarize everything we discussed. If you want to play the long game with Bangkok property, start now. There are new launches, discounts and resales, and there is a market that's only preparing for its second wave of growth. Invest wisely, build a portfolio not just as square meters. Work with those who understand how the city really works from the inside. And if you have any more questions and are ready to see projects and make a purchase, you know those contacts to call. It's in the description below this video. See you next time and wishing you smart investments. Bye-bye.